Welcome to Trudging Along.
That's it. Hi, guys.
Hi, no one cares. My fucking mic smells like an attic.
An addict or an attic?
It smells like a trunk in an attic with it's full of old suits.
You know what? I used to have a trunk in my old place, and it was full of books. Journals, actually. I got rid of them all.
You journaled enough to have a trunk?
No, I didn't journal. They were someone else's journals.
Did you read them?
Nope.
What were they about?
Life, love, and the pursuit of happiness. It's what everyone's
Why
journals
would you have
are about.
a trunk with journals in it that someone else's?
All right. Full disclosure, my wife and I bought
trunk?
my grandparents' townhouse from them. I think
They journaled?
my grandfather journaled, I think, yeah.
Enough to fill a trunk.
Massive trunk. Like the kind of trunk that you'd expect Harry Potter to bring all of his books to Hogwarts in.
And you opened it and it was full of journals. This is like a cliche.
Yeah, oh yeah. Well, my whole fucking life's a walking cliche.
Okay.
Yeah. How you doing this week? Thanks for checking. If you guys are listening, I want you to know sincerely, I appreciate it.
I just cracked a fucking... Oh, you can see.
Yeah. We got this video.
Fucking kokanee. Just trying to get relaxed.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna need about 6 more to get well enough relaxed. But how you been?
Good, just living, man. Just breathing,
living, hey?
in and out, breathing air.
In and out, like the burger, In-N-Out burger.
I've never had it.
Neither have I. You know what else I've never had? Five Guys at once,
Five Guys
or
is
the
pretty
burger.
good. It's okay.
I've had what's that ugly looking burger called? It's like yellow and black, like the font. Fat burger?
Fur burger?
No, Fat burger.
Yeah, fat burger. Yeah.
I've had that. It's disgusting. I hate it.
Yeah, it's very overpriced too. Holy
And
shit!
greasy
It's
as
like $22
fuck.
for a fucking combo.
Yeah, no, I can't afford that shit.
But Five Guys is cheaper and it's really good. You can pick what ingredients you want on it, kind of like
Really?
Subway. But in the end, the cheese is really melted, and then they wrap the bun in like foil, so it's like tightly. So when you eat it, it's very tight, like it's
packed well.
It's packed well.
So you're not getting anything
It's not like 4
flopping
feet
out or
high and it's
glopping
all over your
off.
hands. Yeah,
It's not like a Big Mac where half your shit's in the box.
yeah.
Gotcha.
No, it's perfectly. It's like you're eating
It's
a nice
secured.
It's a secure burger.
Fuck yeah, secure burgers
That's
where
what
it's
I like
at.
about Five
You know
Guys.
what? That's the thing I think I need to recalibrate about my life. I think I need to enjoy the simple things more, like a well-packed burger.
I don't like burgers that fucking shit is all over the place. It's a fucking nightmare.
No, I don't like the messy burger. I want it full of stuff, and I want it well packed.
You know when like the new chef in town makes a burger where he's got to stab it with a fucking knife.
No, you said it like a gunslinger. You
So
said
it
it like
sets up?
there's a new
No,
new
but
sheriff
they
in
try
these
to
parts.
every like cool new restaurant has a fucking fuck burger or something in.
Yeah,
and it's so
the fucking
high,
fuck burger.
It's stacked so high that they have to stab it with a fucking kebab.
They have to pierce it so that like a skewer it so that it
so it stays together.
Yeah.
It's like what the fuck am I supposed to do with this?
Well, because then also if there's a metal skewer in your burger, do you eat till you get to the skewer?
no, you take it out and you're supposed to fucking devour
I know, but
it.
that's the problem, right? The second you take it out, doesn't it start to become unstable?
Yeah, but you're holding. Now you're in this. Now you're.
Well, you gotta
you're
hold
in
it, but you gotta hold it with one hand. And
You're
if
in
you're a
the game.
small-handed individual, that might not work. You hold it with one hand. You pull the skewer out, and then you quickly drop the skewer and secure it with your second
Yeah,
hand.
that's what they want you to do.
No,
That's
it's
a
dumb.
fucking nightmare.
Yeah, I don't. I get people at work all the time that I'll get my sandwich cut in half. It's like, okay, that's fine. I get it, I guess. But also, you can't cut it in half yourself.
I think they think that the professionals are going to do better. There's a sharper knife in the back.
It's true. They're right. That is a much sharper and bigger knife. If I'm being
they
totally
don't
honest
want
with
to
you.
cut it and fuck it all up and have the fucking bun.
No, you know what? I said it, and I immediately thought of all the things that you're saying right now, and I'll walk it back a little bit. I won't walk it back all the way though, because I do think that if you ask for your sandwich cut in half, and you're not a small person or you're not on a first date, you're kind of a bitch. So just eat the fucking burger or cut it yourself.
I
right?
don't. Yeah, I don't need my burger cut in half. I just eat it.
Yeah, it's kind of like if you
I
don't
think people
take
do it
the.
'cause
It's kind of like if you don't take your grocery cart back to the corral, you're a bitch.
Oh, I hate people that do that.
Do you know what I mean? They just do it. It's the small things. It's the small things that really fuck it up for the rest of us.
People that don't take their cart back to the corral hate
Women.
Like, yeah, they beat their children.
Yeah, they do.
That's why-
do. They go
you know,
home. They're so excited to go home and beat their kids that they can't put the cart back.
You know
they're
that's so
they're
pathetic
super
is that people didn't
happy.
put their fucking thing back so much that they had to do that thing where you get a quarter if you put it back.
Well,
Remember that?
Now there's the thing where people don't. They're like, yeah, you know what? It's 25 cents is worth it for me to leave it here.
That's fucked.
Now people use the excuse. They'll say, well, look, I'm helping homeless people because now they can return and get the 25 cents.
But why is there a homeless guy at a grocery store?
Because there are people that are leaving their cart. It's chicken and the egg. There's people leaving their carts
but
there.
homeless people hang out in certain areas. They're not congregating in a parking lot.
Well, if people leave their carts there and there's money in those carts,
So they have to walk all the way. So like, there's no. They'd have to leave their bum area.
Well, okay, I don't know.
Sorry. Well, I'm saying homeless people aren't in the like by grocery stores. They're somewhere else.
Well, if I'm if I'm an entrepreneur type and I'm without a home, then I'm probably going to be thinking, okay, where can I get
a trek?
Well, I don't know if it's a trek. Maybe I'll set up camp close by, especially if there's no one else there. Then
but
it's
then
like,
you're
this
in
is
some
my
sort
turf.
of neighborhood. You're not in downtown.
But this is my turf now. I've made it my turf.
Well, then you'll be kicked out immediately.
Well, I'm gonna get the cards.
You draw attention to yourself when you leave your zone.
Yeah, that's fair. You know what? You're not. Yeah, okay, you're right. I am drawing attention to myself.
Yeah, I'm not saying bad-mouthing homeless. I'm just saying that people that are down on their luck tend to. They're always in areas where there's a lot of other down on their luck.
Right. Yeah. No. I mean,
when they stray, they get in trouble.
One could argue that our entire planet is full of down and out people, and if you're zooming far enough out, you're pulling out far enough back, you can, as an alien, you can be like, well, don't hang out by Earth. They'll rob you blind.
Oh, you thinking on the grand scheme of things, Earth is like a shit rat?
Yeah, 100%. Right? Okay, like if there's interstellar travel out there, if Men in Black was actually a thing, and there were aliens coming here,
people of Earth
aliens would be slumming it coming to Earth. Do you know what I mean? Like we're the discount. We're the Florida of the universe.
Maybe that's because we're not technologically advanced enough.
It's a couple things. One, it's that we're not technologically advanced to recognize that our planet is the shithole of the galaxy. And two, we're just not that great a species. So they're going to look at us and be like, look at, like, what are they?
You know what I always dream of?
Lay it on me.
You've seen Guardians of the Galaxy.
The first one, yeah.
You didn't see the second one?
I did see the second one, but I just wanted to make sure we were talking about the first one.
What the fuck are you talking? No, just in general.
Oh, okay.
Or the whole MCU, but they did it the best. How Earth is like we're not like there's so many other places people could travel to.
Yeah.
Like, can you imagine if that was a real thing? Like, no one on Earth knows that there's interstellar travel everywhere else. Like, it's like a going to some, like, it's just one giant universe of people actually hanging out with different.
I'm a little confused. What are you saying?
I wish that was real.
Oh, that we could travel to other planets and just like hang out.
It existed. There was people on other planets, and we're just like in the movie where no one on Earth actually knew that.
Yeah.
So there's a whole other life out there.
Yeah. I definitely wish.
It took a while for me to get it. You know, like how he got taken from Earth because
he was abducted.
But like no one else knows. Like, and he realizes there's a whole other like a whole universe of people.
Well, isn't that why people were killing themselves after Avatar? They were like, Pandora's real. It's the other life, and then they were just ending their lives.
What? I never heard about that. What do you mean Pandora's?
I'm probably exaggerating this a bit, but I remember when there was like a cult following for Avatar.
How do you die and you get to go to Pandora?
Yeah, they were like, Pandora's the afterlife. It's like a vision of what could be.
Well, why would they come to that conclusion?
I don't know, but if you do come to that conclusion, I'm okay with whatever choices you decide to make, if you know what I mean.
What?
Well, I'm just like, yeah, sure, find out and send me a postcard. Find out and send me a postcard from the afterlife from Pandora, you fucking whack job.
Yeah, that's fucked. I don't even understand why they would... Like, where's the evidence of that?
Do you remember... It's not very... It's not... You know what? Yeah, it's not very... It's not okay to call crazy people crazy anymore, but sometimes people just need to be called crazy. Right?
Thing is, though, they don't understand that. That's why they're crazy.
Crazy people don't... Yeah.
So if you call them crazy, that doesn't matter.
Yeah. But I think sometimes there are people in my life, for example. I won't get into specifics. There are people in my life where I'm like, hey, you know what? You're fucking insane. Like
Take your hands off me.
See what I mean? Stuff like that. Yeah. And then that would be the reaction. The immediate
So I'm crazy.
The immediate reaction would be like, hey, you know what? And then they would go, take your fucking hands off me. Like, all right. And then we're all worse off for it.
Yeah, that's the sad thing, though. People that are unstable don't know it because if they did, they wouldn't be unstable.
I think the most dangerous people are the ones that think that they're the most stable.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's what makes someone crazy.
Yeah. Like religious people, right?
Well.
I'll say it.
I don't
mind saying it.
No, because that's a social norm. So they're taught to believe that religion is actually a thing.
Okay, fair.
That's like saying,
but
if you say a guy believes in ghosts, it's crazy. But then everyone was taught to believe that ghosts are real.
Right. Okay. Sure. But then also, I can look at you and go, "You're crazy." But we all just accept that religion. We all accept that people live their lives based on old texts that they just interpret however they want, and we all go like, that's sane. You're
we
good.
talked about this. It's more of a comfort thing.
It is a comfort thing, but also can we not recognize the fact that like just because a lot of people do something doesn't mean it's not crazy.
Religion is more like therapy.
Like a lot of people didn't like Robert Zemeckis' movie with Brad Pitt. What was that movie? And Marion Cotillard?
I thought that was a great film.
It was great. It was fantastic. But are we crazy
Ally.
for liking it?
Ally.
Or are they crazy for not liking it? But just because there's more of them. Do you know what I mean?
I don't get why people didn't like that film. I thought it was paced well.
It was
good.
fantastic.
I was watching. I'm like, why did it get negative reviews?
Yeah, and I just feel like just because a lot of people think one thing doesn't mean that they're right or that I'm crazy. But then crazy people think. Okay, now I'm getting too into it. Now
This is mine. Now we're going to trip ourselves out.
Okay, yeah. Okay, anything crazy happened to you the past week? Anything fun? Anything?
Not really. No.
All right, I got to meet my favorite person on planet Earth.
Well, who's that? Gumby?
No, who's Gumby?
The green guy?
That green cartoon guy?
Yeah.
No, fuck that guy. That walking breadstick?
Yeah.
That walking breadstick that's gone off.
You got to meet Gumby, you fucking loser?
No, I got to meet my nephew.
Oh, yeah.
My nephew Lincoln.
This is trudging along. That's too positive.
I gotta talk about. Look, to know what sucks.
You want to talk about a family event on our podcast about how you're barely hanging on.
Yeah, I am barely hanging on, and I recognize that I'm barely hanging on by looking. I held my little nephew in my arms. He's 3 weeks old, and I looked at him, and I was just like,
Was there a violin playing in the background?
No, but every single day is going to be slightly worse than the last for you, little guy.
Oh, yeah.
I said that to him.
Yeah.
I said
think
that.
back on when can you even remember what it felt
Being
like?
3 weeks old? No, I can't.
No, not 3 weeks, but even
That's
like
old he
8.
is.
When none of the worries you have now were even an issue.
This
Even
is
a twinkle in your eye.
Well, this is kind of a terrible admission to make, but I'm going to make it. My favorite part of my life so far has been the time in my life when a year felt like a long time.
Oh, that was long. That was in high school.
Yeah, like when I was in junior high and high school, like I looked at a year and I was like, holy shit, there's so much that's going to happen this year. Like the spring felt like a year, summer felt like a year, Christmas time felt like an entire, like the seasons, the word season held weight to it. And now days bleed into weeks, bleed into months, bleed into years, and the weight of time is just has been lessened significantly.
It has something to do with your mortality.
Yeah, which I mean is a little bit askew. I guess it's with the expectation of morality because we expect to live a long life. But if I die tomorrow, then I should have, had I known that, I would have weighted time differently. Anyways,
not really.
I looked at my nephew and I was like, every single day is going to be slightly worse than the day before.
Yeah,
which I mean,
not until they're like 15.
Well, no, I would say, arguably speaking, the day you're born, every single day, slightly worse.
That's not true.
Okay, why not?
Unless you're like parents, or you're in a crack den.
No, but think about it. Every single day you live, there's more weight added to it. More time has passed. You theoretically have more responsibility than you did the day before. And I'm talking about minuscule, incremental.
Or imagine if you have a small penis, and as you grow,
yeah. There's a lot of imagining.
You realize it doesn't get any bigger. That would be mine. Like you're growing, thinking, "Oh, well, it's small now." Eventually, it'll get bigger as the years, as the days fall off the calendar.
Yeah,
and it just stays.
At
the
what
same
point?
size.
At what point did you realize it wasn't getting any bigger?
I don't know. 12.
No, thankfully my nephew's got a real unit on him. Not that it matters much.
But I was just saying,
he's
isn't that
packing
strange?
a punch.
Though? That's a problem. That's a stressor that you finally realize is a real thing.
I don't. So like,
when your dick doesn't grow,
I don't. Too much blow and the cock won't grow. I don't know if I was ever that preoccupied with dick size. Now, I was never really into sports.
There came a point
where I was in the locker room with a bunch of other guys, and I was like, there was no Instagram with a bunch of my other guy friends where we were comparing dick sizes. You know what I mean?
No.
So I was never like I was never.
That was a thing. That became a thing when I. Was
so when did it
like
become a thing for you?
Grade 6 or 7.
Because you had locker rooms.
Yeah. I remember all the guys started talking about their dick sizes.
Okay, well, I was homeschooled. So I kind of missed all of that.
Okay, yeah, it was really it was actually at hockey, like hockey practice.
Oh, that sounds like the worst place.
Yeah, when we started, I remember the exact. It was like grade 7 or 8 when we started.
You're in like a change room. Everyone's talking, and everyone's like, "Hey, look at Peter's dick."
If you didn't have a shower, and then just straight left, they think you're a weirdo. So you gotta get in that.
So that's okay. That's but that's the social pressure from this team. Everyone,
well, not really pressure. They just, what do you gotta hide?
No, that's pressure. That's pressure.
You're at the age now where having a shower after a game is normal.
Right.
So if you don't, they're like, what? This guy got a fucking.
See, here's the weird thing
toothpick?
to me is that a lot of guys that age and especially that time would be like, "You don't want to shower with us? What are you, gay, bro?"
No, not that. No,
but like that's like that kind of the mentality. But then also it's like, well, like that.
I never got that. All my friends didn't care about that shit.
I'm not talking about your friends. I'm talking about just like guys in general.
Well, I mean,
at that age, at that time.
Yeah, no, never. Every guys were like whipping each other with towels and fucking
hell yeah,
around.
they
Like,
were.
look at this fucking guy.
So if you look at this fucking guy, Fugazi.
Yeah. Well, no, but there was never anyone like saying.
Okay,
like,
so then if you didn't shower, they're like, "What's this guy hiding?" But if you did shower, they'd mock you.
It was more about like, oh, he must have a small penis.
Right. So then you had to shower and prove it. You had to shower, and then it's like it's kind of like that old saying. It's like better to be thought a fool than and not say anything than open my mouth and remove all doubt. Like better to be thought that you like. It's better that you guys think I have a small penis than for me to shower with you guys, and then I'll be like, well, checks out. And that makes sense why you wanted to leave.
Yeah. Why I left all the time?
Not you specifically. Oh. I meant like the general vague notion of you.
But I think some people just aren't comfortable having a shower with other people.
I am not comfortable showering with other guys. I never was. I would always like shower in my bathing suit, and then I would go to a stall and change.
Oh, that's even worse than leaving. If you shower in your bathing suit, that's social suicide. You might as well just go. I would rather roll the dice with just leaving altogether than getting in the shower with a fucking pair of swim trunks on.
Hang on a sec, though. I was never, like, on a sports team. So whenever I was showering in the change room, I always had the out of it being there was, like, random strangers and, like, old dudes in there.
Oh.
Do you know what I mean? Like, I'll put this. My brother, there's a children's festival in my hometown every year. And one year we went, maybe I shouldn't say
Children's festival.
One year we went, and one of my brothers went into the bathroom to take a leak.
At a children's festival? Did he get...
He was a child at the festival.
Did they play Where's My Hand?
There was a guy on the other side of the stall that was like asking him questions and being like, why don't you come with me?
No fucking way.
Swear to God.
He almost got molested?
Well, he almost got taken. And then my brother ran out. Then my brother ran out, and then he got someone. No, not that kind of taken. Liam Neeson would have been the one to like find
Stop him getting taken.
Yeah. And then he ran out and found.
Good luck.
Okay, that's what the guy on the other. That's what the guy on the other side of the stall said.
Yeah.
And then by the time they went in there with an attendant, the guy was gone.
Oh well, of course he was gone.
So yeah, that was. I don't even know what the point of my story was there, but
that you can get molested.
Oh, I was just saying you get random strangers in change rooms because. Oh, sorry. This is.
I can't believe it's a real thing.
Yeah.
You always think molestation is like a fairy tale. Like there's
it's not.
There's actual people that want to molest kids.
It's a fairy tale.
But no, like you always think, oh my god, that really happens.
Yeah.
Do kids really get abducted and stuff.
Yeah.
Like it almost feels like you're watching like a Law and Order episode, but that actually
when you work at an airport, you're trained to recognize the signs of child trafficking.
That's so fucked.
Yeah, that's what I mean when I say that this little planet here. Aliens,
we are shit rats.
Yes, this is what I'm saying. Humanity is garbage. People are garbage. Like
who the fuck traffics children and who the fuck? How's there business in that?
Oh yeah, that's exactly. It's a great point. Yeah, it's a business. It's profitable to do this.
That's so fucked. If that's your thing, put a bullet in your brain.
Yeah, 100%.
Do us all a favor.
Yeah, do us a favor. Do the kids a favor. Bring joy to the world and just. But again, it goes back to like, do crazy people realize they're crazy?
No,
like
those
pedophiles or like child traffickers don't see what they're doing is wrong.
They must. I mean, it's not the social norms.
No, it's not. But
you can't tell if you're crazy. Crazy people don't know they're crazy because they just think that's normal. If you're crazy and you like fucking 5-year-olds, and that's not a thing on the internet or the TV. You're not watching an episode of Friends where Joey brings home a 6-year-old.
How you doing?
Yeah, that's not normal. So they must know it's wrong.
No, that's a great question though. Do they know that it's wrong? Well, and I guess if you know something's wrong, that's
not the same as you.
I mean, we need to have like a philosopher on
that's
here.
That's like psychosis. Like crazy people don't know they're crazy because they're talking to Queen Elizabeth the First in the next room. That's crazy.
Well, there's also that saying like you're not crazy if you talk to God, but you're crazy if God talks back to you.
When you're hearing voice, that's fucked.
So I just, I'm
saying they must know there's no way they don't know that's wrong. That's not a normal thing in society.
But just because something isn't normal, do they immediately know that it's wrong?
Yes. Murder. That's like murder. Murderers knew that was wrong, but even though they...
Well, no, murder's an interesting thing because murder can...
No, serial killers.
But, okay, what about... I've never seen...
Ted Bundy and those guys knew what they're doing was wrong, but they loved it.
So the emotion... So does that make them mentally unwell?
Yes.
And so can we hold them at fault if they're mentally unwell?
Yes.
I mean, I agree with you, but I'm gonna argue the opposite side here.
Well,
and it's
no, that's why there's an insanity plea. You
right.
can be found not guilty by reason of insanity.
Yeah.
They need to be taken care of, I guess.
And taken care of, in this case, means a bullet.
Well, though they don't do that. That's inhumane. They put you.
Why is that inhumane?
They feed you Jell-O for the rest of your life.
It's crazy to me. It's so insane. Also, the fact that like our entire system of how we do things is just so new. Do you know what I mean? Like everything that we do right now, it's all just like we don't have the data on if this works or not. We're just kind of just flying by the seat of our pants here.
Oh yeah.
But I would argue that if someone is so mentally unwell that they do not see a problem with harming specifically kids
in that
fashion, I'm just saying, I think we take them out, right? Like we just like we could all agree.
But that's not the right thing to do.
It's not. And here's how I know I'm wrong. It's that I can argue the case hypothetically for a random individual. But if it were to happen to someone I know, I would want to kill that. You know what I mean? Which I guess is why I wouldn't be the one delivering the punishment or the verdict. But
some people just ain't. What's that movie from? Some people just ain't ever gonna be right.
I mean, yeah, truer words have never been spoken by the philosopher here.
Yeah, I think we've become a little bit soft on.
You think we're too soft? So what do you think about capital punishment? I didn't know this was going to go this way. This is great. What are your views on capital punishment?
Get your hands off me.
See, you don't. Why don't you like? Why can't you're my friend? Why can't I just put my hand on your shoulder?
I don't.
I mean, I'll respect your boundaries, but I'm just wondering.
Are you talking about the electric chair?
Capital punishment, I'm talking about, let's define capital punishment. So the definition of capital punishment for me would be...
A crime so heinous you're could die.
Precisely. We sentence you to death as a society.
I think it should still be a thing.
Perfect.
There's
What for?
8 billion people on the planet. Why do we want to house the guys that are wastes of fucking space?
Okay, this is also fair, but now you have to go, okay, what are we talking from a moral
Only
perspective?
if it's a horrible crime, though. Like something that's...
I don't think you can use, there's too many people here, so of course we're going to take care of a few of the outliers. I think you got to go, is it moral for us to do? Why or why not? If you agree with it, then we decide. You can't base it on the fact there's a lot of people.
Oh, you know what?
One
thing I'd say about it?
Yeah, lay it on me.
Is that if this person killed my loved ones or did a horrible crime, death is the easy way out. I'd rather them rot in prison.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, if you die, it's over. You don't. It's done.
Yeah, but
it's
also
like a gift.
But prison for them might not be that bad.
What are you talking about? Imagine being in prison for your rest of your life.
It wouldn't be great, but you get 3 square meals, you get a roof over your head.
That's still a torture. That's a torturous way to live. Prison sucks.
Yeah, I'm not
dying is the easy way out.
I'm not saying it's great. I think, I understand what you're saying, but for me personally, I would rather know that they're no longer breathing.
Unless I got to torture the person to the...
See, that's fucked up.
What? Well, then they got to be punished.
Well, I agree with you.
Like, you know when you watch a movie and you hate that bad guy so much?
Yeah.
And you're fucking so angry. You're like, I want this guy to fucking die. And then he just dies really quick and easy. He gets shot and he's dead. I'm like, I wanted you to stomp on that guy's balls or something.
Right. You wanted testicular torsion.
I want revenge.
Yeah. So that's probably why you shouldn't be the one delivering the punishment to the person that...
No, I'm talking about this is someone that's like evil.
Okay, well, define that for me. What does that look like?
Like killing your family, your fucking kids, and you're burning...
So you have a wife and kids, you come home and someone slaughtered them all.
Rapes and murders them.
Jesus. So we're talking about Law-Abiding Citizen, the Gerard Butler movie with Jamie Foxx.
I don't want those guys to just die by a gunshot. Those guys deserve to be tied to a chair and have their fingernails pulled out one by one.
But we as a society could never get to a point where we agree that that's an okay form of punishment.
But I'm sure a lot of people feel that. Like, I just don't. I just hate people that fucking take advantage of people.
Yeah, like telemarketers.
Yeah, that too. Yeah, that steal from old people.
Telemarketers. That's it. So the problem is you and I are too aligned on this. We need someone that can vehemently defend the other side. Well,
they still are human. No.
But let's argue that.
They've lost the right to humanity when they stop being human.
Okay, so how far back do we go? What if they themselves were the product of assault as a child, and then they turned out this way?
That's just the way they turned out.
That's yeah.
Dime a dozen.
That was the cards they were dealt.
Like I said, there's 8 billion people on the planet.
Right.
Imagine all the different scenarios in the world.
You keep going back to the amount of people here, and I don't think we can rule that in as a reason that we can then.
Okay, sorry, my basis is that of course there's hundreds of thousands of people that had their ass touched.
So your argument then, correct me if I'm wrong, is that like just because that happened to one person, it happened to someone else who did not turn out like that. I see.
If you went down that path, that was the wrong path. I'm sorry. I know you had a horrible life.
Now, were they set down that path though? That's the question.
Yeah, but even if they're sent down that path, they're fucked.
So there's no hope for them anyways, and the fact that they did this just like nail in the coffin.
Yeah, they're just screwed. They just got dealt a bad hand.
Yeah,
the hand of other of how many people are living on this earth and are going to live and going to be born. It's just a cog.
It's just chalk it up to a bad hand.
Yeah.
I don't envy anyone that has to.
Sorry, that was bad.
No, I don't know.
I'm wrong.
Hang on a sec, though. Okay, but it's interesting. Now, why do you feel like you're wrong now?
Because some of these people probably don't want to be that way, and then ended up that way.
Right. So,
as long as they still know that when it's happening.
Yeah, and I guess that's why we deal with things like psychopathy, and we have all of these different terms.
Yeah, I mean, we're just scratching the surface. It's probably a million. That's why there's books and books and books written on this shit. I don't.
Yeah. I don't know.
I think the people that are so far gone though that they don't even register. But
what's the definition of that?
Well, that's just why. But that's life. That's what. Like once again, there's so many people in this world.
Yeah.
There's so many different.
What's the definition
scenarios.
Of so far gone?
I don't. If you fuck a horse and then shoot your grandparents, I think that's far gone.
That's very specific. Can you imagine someone that shoots their grandparents? They're like, hang on, I didn't fuck a horse first. We're like, you know what? He's got a point. He's not too far gone yet. There was no horse fucking there. Yeah, I don't know the answer. I do know that there's a lot of people I meet throughout my week, especially bartending, that I do want dead. And I'm just glad that there is.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm glad about it, but I'm cognizant of at least that we as a society have deemed that to not be okay. And there will be a punishment for me if I were to do that. Like I'm free to kill someone, but my liberties will be confiscated from me. So I don't. And one of my friends told me, I use this in a loose term, but he told me that means I'm a sociopath. And that means that the only reason that I don't do something that intrinsically or morally is wrong is it because there's repercussions from that. And my argument to that would be like, well, yeah, that's why we have the repercussions. Like that's why I can tell you, I can think of someone this month that I would have punched in the face, but I knew I would get in trouble, so I didn't. So
that's common sense.
Yeah, but I mean, like, there's nothing like there's no morality in me where I'm like, oh, I shouldn't do that. I deemed, based on my own values, that this person was an asshole, and I wanted to hit them, and I didn't because then I would be in trouble.
Self-control?
I mean, it's self-control, but it's only self-control, not self-control for any kind of moral reason. It's self-control because like there's real world implications to that. I would have been on a no-fly list. I
get what you're saying, but I wouldn't have done it not because I'm going to get in trouble. I would have not done it because it's just weird too. Like again, I'm mad at someone. Why would you? You don't just hit someone just because you don't like their actions.
I would argue that is why I want to hit people. Yeah.
No, I know, but if you did it, I wouldn't be worried because I'm going to jail. If I hit them, I would be like, "You're a fucking psycho. You're a weirdo."
Oh, like I'm a psycho for doing it.
Yeah.
No, I'm fine with it.
Yeah, but that's weird. Like. If you're mad at a guy because he's obnoxious or in society, like you're watching him and you're like, oh, I want to punch this guy, and you actually punched him, that makes you the weirdo.
Why?
Because you're not in a fight where he's like mad at you. Or
a fight. How does a fight start though? Do I have to wait till I get hit, or is some guy so obnoxious?
He's just an obnoxious person.
Yeah, no, I'm not. Look,
you work in the hospitality industry.
I'm not saying. Oh, first of all, this wasn't at work. This was at the airport.
Oh, okay, then okay. I thought you meant like behind the bar, you just don't like your patrons. Someone was.
Tons of times.
I know, but if you punch them, then That's just weird.
Right.
You're a psycho.
Right.
This guy's
But I'm at a job. Yeah. So there's that's a great point though. At a job
No,
where I'm running into public
if
people in
was
public.
obnoxious to you in public.
Well, like
and
I'm
you
not at my
punched
work.
them,
I'm not at a job. Yeah.
Like, yeah, he deserved it. Or I don't know who if he deserves it or not, but that's normal circumstance.
I would also argue that there are people that come into my work that do deserve to be hit. But
Yeah,
I'm not gonna do it.
Working.
Yeah, I know. No, but that's a fair point, right? Because circumstances matter. So now I'm in a location where I'm going to be running into people that I have no control over.
Yeah. At work, you have control over it. You're putting yourself in that situation.
Exactly.
Some
So like,
guy's
there's an
paying
expectation that I'm going to run into some truly terrible people.
Yes.
Especially
so punching them then would be
some
like,
of the
oh wow,
patrons at my Cactus Club. They're terrible people.
So punching them there would be like, oh well.
Well, it's also kind of like on me because it's like, well, hang on a sec, they just quit your job. You would run into this
calm
person,
down, you fucking asshole.
Right? But like, leave and you won't run into these people.
But in public, if someone does that to you and it's justified, you punch them out.
Yeah, except I've been on a no-fly list. So because I flew back home to meet my nephew, that's how all this started. Nephew's wonderful. I was hanging out with my brother.
Your nephew's a wonderful? You said your nephew?
Did I say a wonderful?
Oh, wonderful.
He's wonderful. He's great. I love him. Little Lincoln, best person I've ever met in my life. And my brother and I were hanging out. My sister-in-law was there. My wife was there. We were all hanging out, and we were watching the football games because I bet. Only bet. If you guys remember last year this time, trudging along, Dave was telling me how to bet on the Super Bowl last year. I listened to him, and I won.
Yeah, I told you.
Yeah. This time, things happen a bit differently. So, this is
time,
exciting for me.
Even I might not win because I'm betting on the team that I like instead of the team that might actually win.
Okay. You shouldn't have told me that because I haven't placed my Super Bowl bets yet. But
what do you mean? I've already told you the Bengals.
I know, but
they're not the favorite.
I haven't placed those bets yet.
Yeah, but we already know that I've said this already. They're not the favorite to win. But
were the Buccaneers the favorites to win last year?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Well, they had Tom Brady.
I know, but everyone was like, they're still not going to win it because of the Buccaneers.
It was like 50-50.
Okay, this year it's like it's pretty
70,
clear.
30.
Okay, that's not great.
Yeah.
But what happened was, my brother has got a bar in his basement. He had Canadian on draft. We were pouring ourselves pints. We were bouncing my little nephew up in his little rocker while we were watching the football games. Now, I had to relearn how to bet on sports. So this was the Sunday morning, and there were 2 games happening that day. And the winner of each game, for anyone that doesn't know, because this was all new to me.
I got fucking shafted on those games.
Okay, but there were 2 games happening, 4 teams. Winner of each game goes on to the Super Bowl. So everyone's telling me the first game was the Cincinnati Bengals at the Kansas City Chiefs, correct?
Yes.
That was the first game. And the second game was the LA Rams at the San Francisco 49ers. Yes?
No, at L.A., in L.A.
Yeah, the Rams.
Yeah, not in San Francisco, in L.A.
Oh, sorry, it was in LA. Okay.
At the same stadium they're playing the Super Bowl at.
Ooh, okay, that might affect my bet. Anyways, my brother and I, because we were hanging out, we wanted to bet on these games. This is the second time I've ever bet in my life. Everyone's telling me Kansas City. I'm texting Dave. He's like, Kansas City all the way. So I bet Kansas City with my brother. And I secretly make another bet. I shouldn't say secretly, but I made another bet against myself. So I bet like $50 on Kansas City. I bet what's called a parlay bet. Now I'm explaining this because I didn't know it. A parlay bet means that there's multiple things that have to happen for my bet to work or to count for me to win.
You fluked out on this parlay, too.
Yeah, I did. It's total fluke. So I'm a big proponent.
Oh, you also win more money if you win the parlay,
right? Because there's multiple things that have to happen. Yeah, there's like you get crazy odds because it's a long shot for all this stuff to happen. So
Can I say one thing?
Please.
I parlayed in 2011 for a football game.
Lay it on me.
$400 bet. I got $1,900.
$400 bet for $1,900?
Yeah. My brother bet $900 and he got $4,900.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Okay, mine was not that impressive. But my parlay bet was I had a four bet parlay, whatever it is. So the first game, I bet that Cincinnati would win, which they were the underdog, because I'm a big proponent of betting for the underdog. And I bet that they would win in the under. Now, there's an over-under that you can bet on.
It was the over.
That you can bet on for each game. And that's basically a set amount of points. And if the combined total of both teams is under that, that's what you bet on, or if it goes over that, that's what you bet on.
And I'll interrupt you here.
Please.
I told him to bet Kansas City because they were like the heavy favorite.
Because it was in Kansas City.
And the over.
Yeah.
And I thought I wanted Cincinnati. I bet on the underdogs all playoffs.
This
and
is the only time
but
you
there's
didn't.
no way this time. This is too far. It's the finals.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, Kansas City over. So it was the over, but the fucking Bengals
No,
won.
it was the under.
No, it was the over.
The site that I used, it was under. The site I used was 55 points.
It was over 55 points.
No, it was 54, 53.
No, it was the over.
What? No shot.
Yes, it was. I swear to God. That's why I sent you a message saying, "Oh my God, did you bet the over?"
I bet the under.
I said Kansas City and the over, and it was the over.
Hang on. Well, Kansas?
It was like 60 points.
No.
Or no, like 56.
Bengals final score. Yeah, it was 27-24. That's 53 points. 50.
What's the
51
under?
points.
Oh my God, I lost it anyway. I thought that was the over.
The over-under on that game was 55.
54
and it was
was
50,
the over-under.
51 points.
Oh, okay. It's different on some. Mine was 54.
Yeah, okay. Mine was 55 on the site that I used. So that was my first bet. My second bet, part of the parlay bet was, so first game, Bengals in the under. So Kansas City lost that game, but I was like, holy shit, my parlay.
You win huge on that because it's
My parlay
the odds.
might pay off. The second game, I bet the Rams in the under. And the over-under on that game was 45. I think it was like 42 points for that game or something, 40 points. And so
I told you it would be the under because they're low. San Francisco's a low-scoring team.
Right.
They have more defense.
But I bet $20 on this parlay bet. This is why I bet it. So I bet $20 for all of these things to happen. Cincinnati wins in the under, and then the LA wins in the under. So
you
there's
won
four
all your
different
money
bets
off
there.
of that one. That's
I bet $20, and it paid me $420.
yeah, because Cincinnati beat Kansas City in Kansas City and the under.
Yeah, it was awesome.
The odds on that alone were probably 18-1.
And I bet my brother and I bet on the Canada-U.S. soccer game for Canada to win, which they did. So I bet $20, 155. And then we bet on a few other things during the game. So all told, I spent $180, I think, on betting, and I won like 500 and change. So I removed my initial investment, and now I have about $300 and change to bet on the Super Bowl with. So now I'm like, okay, well, I kind of want to bet all 300 on one thing, but if I split the bet and bet against myself, I'm still ahead.
What is the
over under?
No. What's the odds on?
I'll tell you the site that I use.
What do they have the odds on?
This is why people bet on sports, I think.
What is it? Rams +7.
This is a site that I use. So Moneyline.
What are the odds?
Cincinnati's at 2.5 and LA's at 1.54. I don't know if that means anything to you. That doesn't mean anything to me.
No, that's not what I want.
The over-under on this site is 48.5.
Fuck, that might happen. What is the...
I don't know. Yeah, I don't. These are
no,
alternate spreads.
I don't have my fucking phone.
Well, here, what do I have to go to?
The score. Or just put odds on Super Bowl.
Okay, odds on Super Bowl, because we're recording this the Sunday before the Super Bowl. So this is the
What do they have? What is this?
Who is favored in the Super Bowl?
Yeah, but it should say the spread.
Los Angeles is a 4.5.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Point favorite.
4. Okay, that's not huge. That's not big. See, that's close.
Yeah,
I thought it'd be 7. Cincinnati, Kansas City was 7.
It's pretty close. So if I bet Cincinnati, you're saying the over, which is 48.5, and I put all 300 on that, I would win $1,431.
Yeah, because it's still 4 points.
That's good. If I win, it's a 25% shot of that happening, right? Am I doing the odds right?
Yeah, you know what that means though, the spread too, right? So they can lose or win by 4.
I'm not betting the spread. This is just the over under.
Yeah, no, but I'm saying that's the 4.5. What was it? 4.5.
The point spread is 4 for LA. Yeah, 4.
So the other one had 4.5.
This site has a point spread of 4.
Yeah, see, that's pretty even. That's close to even.
Yeah.
I mean, LA's still a favorite, but it's not like 7 or 8.
Yeah.
Like Cincinnati, Kansas City, that was 7.5.
Okay, so that was see, and this is why I won that bet, because it was just stupid. Like, I don't know anything about sports, so me betting that was just dumb. Like, it should have been $20 down the drain, but because
that's why it's anyone's game. This Super Bowl is good because Cincinnati's on a roll and they have a good quarterback and a good team.
See, I'm thinking, do I put all that money on? Because I was thinking
This is gonna be this is like an evenly matched Super Bowl.
Here's what I was thinking of doing, and you're gonna think this is very dumb, and I understand why. But I was gonna put 150 on Cincinnati in the under, 150 on Cincinnati in the over, and then $100 on the LA Rams in the over.
Stupid.
Because hang
Put
on
it
a
all
sec.
on something. You're spreading it out. You're being a conservative bettor, and it's gonna, if you lose on one and win on another, you're just gonna break even. Who cares?
Well, because right now I have $300 of the house's money.
But it doesn't matter. You don't gamble that much, so fuck it. If you were a guy that had like you're betting on
Right.
the Super Bowl that day,
Right.
5 basketball games,
Badminton
3 hockey
game.
games, then that makes sense.
It's like my kid's high school badminton
Yeah.
game.
But if you made that money, you just fucking bet it all on one and see if you can win.
But
you bet on the Bengals what you did your full amount.
Yeah.
And if you win, that's when you're like this. You win $1,400. That's the bet.
But
That's
if I spread it out, worst case
Stupid.
scenario though, I get $400. Worst case scenario.
But who cares? You won that money and you're not a gambler. So go for broke. There's no fucking point to spread it out. Like it's like you got the fucking horse track book in your upper pocket. And you got slips in your hand. You're not a fucking degenerate gambler.
Well, I could quickly turn into one. That's my point.
There's no point in doing that. You bet it all on one team and bet big, so you win big.
Yeah.
And that's it.
No, I understand.
That's the whole point of betting. For a casual bettor.
Right. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. I guess if I did do it hardcore, like it was a job.
Yeah, and you had 17 games
Then I'd be
going,
trying
and
to
you're betting
cover-
this one, so it's safe, and you might win a few $100s here and there. That's what those guys do. They do that so they guarantee
They cover their
make
losses.
a couple $100s a day. They do that every day.
I mean, that sounds not bad.
But that's okay. I mean, if you start doing that, you're gonna have to buy shitty. You're gonna start buying suits twice your size and sweating every day.
Yeah. I'm gonna have 3 kids I can't pay for, and then I'm gonna be I guess I'm gonna be using the track all too often.
You're always slapping the newspaper against your thigh. Like,
My brother was pretty choked because we bet the same on pretty much everything, and like his father-in-law was on the phone with us. He's like, you got to bet like $10 on this guy to score a touchdown first, and we were doing all those bets.
now that you just said that bet where you said what was
Yeah.
it, 400, you have to do that bet.
It's 300
$300 and you
yeah.
win 1,400.
Yeah.
That's the bet.
Okay.
That's the bet you do. Because we talked about it now, and you don't do it. You're gonna do it anyways, and then you'll be telling me, "Oh my god, I should have done that bet."
But I don't know if it's the over or the under I should bet.
That's the problem.
Yeah, because the over and under, it pays me out the same right now because they don't like the month, like it's even.
Oh god, but they're high scoring teams.
I know, but both games last week were low scoring games.
No, those aren't low scoring. The Bengals, Kansas City, that was pretty high, 53.
I bet the under on both, and I got the under on both.
Well, no, but you see, San Francisco everyone knew that was going to be low scoring because they don't have a good offense.
Everyone knew Kansas City was going to win.
Yeah, I know, but
they
Kansas City
lost.
should have scored way more.
Right.
So
that's what I'm thinking.
Bengals held them off.
But if the Bengals hold off the Rams, then it's the under.
Yeah, but I guess
This is a tough one.
The Bengals aren't that high scoring. They can be because
Right.
they have a good quarterback.
But the
they're probably
defense
gonna
on both seems
they're
good.
Probably going to be more defensive. The Rams are high scoring. They have a great quarterback.
Right, but they only got they got 21 points to win the game last week because there was good defense.
I would do Cincinnati and the under.
Because the over right now is 48.5. And like if the defense holds,
yeah, I do the under because they're both. Also, it's the Super Bowl, so they both play very conservatively.
right? Yeah, they don't want to give anything away, right?
They're not. They don't. Super Bowls tend to not be very high scoring because they're both scared shitless.
Like Buccaneers, I bet on the under last year in the Super Bowl, and it was well under.
Oh yeah. That game was a fucking snooze fest. We lost our shirt on that one.
Well, not this guy. I bet $50 and I got paid $280 in Bitcoin.
We lost our shirt. We thought it was gonna be a high scoring slug off because it was 2 high scoring teams, and they were fucking.
So do I bet $300 on the Bengals and the under?
Yeah, print it right here.
No, I'm not going to agree to that yet.
And you get $1,400.
Because like the next thing I know, I could be talking to you on Friday, and you're gonna be like, "Oh no, man!"
No, you do that, and then you add a little more. You do.
That's what I'm thinking.
Side bets,
That's what I'm
$20 for the
thinking.
coin toss.
Then I add another like $100 into my account, and then I spread that out over.
That's the main bet you should do is the $300 on the team you want to win.
What about this? What if I do $250 on the Bengals and the under?
Why? Oh,
Well, then I have money. Yeah, then I have.
Yeah, that's good.
Then I have a bit of a play money kind of thing, right?
Do that, but don't do this fucking spreading it out. Pick a team.
I might do the spreading out.
Then that's just stupid.
Okay, what about
Doesn't
this
make
though?
any sense.
What about this? What if I put $200 on the Bengals in the under, and then 100 in them in the over?
No.
But then if they win, like so, I'm betting on them, And
what does that even do? Look that up. See what that does for you.
I'll look it up right now.
It's not going to give you nearly as much as a
No,
payoff.
you'd be surprised. Okay, look, I'll do Cincinnati in the over, right? And let's say I bet $200. Okay.
And the under. You're doing in the under.
Right. Okay. Sorry. Cincinnati in the. Do you see how I don't even know what I'm doing? Cincinnati in the under. I'm betting $200. Right.
What's that payout?
$950.
Okay, so it's not $1,400.
No, but it's still a lot. And now let's say I bet $100 on them in the over. $477.
Yeah, but it works out the same amount. If
Yeah.
you just bet that 100 on the one thing.
Right, I know, but this way I'm guaranteed like $500 regardless, as long as Cincinnati wins. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, but still, again, it's...
I get what you mean because my brother's father-in-law.
Divorced you're living in an apartment above a fucking video store, and that's what you should do.
Yeah, okay, but do you know what I mean? Like to me, who doesn't bet?
You're betting because you want the game to be more enjoyable.
That's true.
That betting you're doing is if you're fucking broke and you're trying to string 2 pennies together.
Hang on, I'm still betting on Cincinnati, right? But then at least if the points go over, I'm like, okay, I'm not like out of it. Because like my biggest thing was like if I bet the under and they go over, now I'm like, I don't care about the game.
But still, it doesn't matter. It's more fun when you have it all in on that.
Right, but
for me, for a casual gambler,
yeah,
I'm putting $400 in the under, so I make.
Is that what you're doing?
No. If I was you, so $400 would be double. It'd be $2,400. Probably $300 is $1,400.
Wait, $1,800.
Yeah, $1,800. Sorry. And then you're just like fucking on the edge of your seat.
But I'm also betting the over under. If I was betting money line just means you're betting on a team to win or lose, like which one's going to win. If I'm parlaying it.
The money line's pretty good still with the 4. What was it? 4.5. 4.
That was the spread. So
the spread is the money line though. So you're gonna make. If
I bet
on the underdog and the money lines, and then
the money line's boring. Look, if I bet $300 on the Bengals to win, it pays me $750.
Yeah, straight up, that's the money line. That's
boring.
4.4.5.
Right, but that makes sense to me because then But if I bet the over under and it goes over,
look at how little you get if you bet
on LA
for the.
Okay, I bet $300 on LA.
It's nothing.
$462. Yeah, like, what's the point? Yeah. But if I'm betting the over under, it kind of makes sense to at least cover my investment on the other one that might not happen. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I'm still betting on that team to win. But if they go over the under during the game, I don't care about the rest of the game. All my money's lost. But I'm still invested if I have a little bit of something in the over. Because now it's like, okay, so long as they win it, I still got something. So I'm still invested in the whole thing.
Yeah, but with football, they're not out of it until I guess.
But with the over under, they are. It's binary.
Yeah, but one year the over under was nowhere near it, and what was it, 2 years ago? And we were like, "Fuck this!" We were like, "Why are we watching this anymore?" At halftime, we're like, we're never." And
so you bet the over.
Yeah, and they pulled it off, and we won. We bet $100 each, and we won fucking $5,000.
Yeah, but that to me makes sense because if you're betting the over for your big bet, then you need the points to rack up. If you bet the under and it busts it.
We thought it was over too, though, and we were like, "This is done. It's a joke. It's a waste of time. Why are we still watching this?"
I completely understand why people like sports now, though. It's just so exciting.
Yes.
When you have some skin in the game.
No, you can still, but you feel that way too when you just like a team.
No, I don't.
See, but
I don't like any team.
No, I know you don't like any team, but I'm saying that's why people like sports.
I see, because like if you're invested in the franchise.
Yeah, they like the players, they like the people, the coaches, the staff.
I don't care about any of that. I care about how much can I bet to make a good chunk of money. That's what I care about.
You're fucked in the head.
You know what? One of my favorite movies is Cookie Becoming.
You gotta stop gambling.
One of my favorite movies is Two for the Money. That's a great fucking film.
That movie's terrible.
What? I have it on DVD. I think you need to watch it again. It's a great movie. Matthew McConaughey and Al Pacino.
No, it's so,
Rene Russo.
It's so hard to watch because he's.
Why?
Did he lose his touch, or he was just?
He got in his own head.
Yeah, he was still. I couldn't understand. So he was just a hack.
But when
he had a good, and he was actually a shitty.
No, he was good.
Or
no,
he was good, and
yeah,
he
was
just had a bad streak.
He was good, and then he had like a bad streak, and he got. When was the last time you watched this movie?
Oh, God, like 15 years ago?
Yeah, probably when it came out in theaters, right? You need to check. I watched it again during the pandemic.
Did he get it back in the end, doesn't he?
#1.
Or no, he just fucking throws a prayer up.
You watch it again. You got to watch it again. It's so good.
See, that's what I'm saying. So he wasn't actually talented at the end. He
was
came out
talented.
better because he just fucking...
He like tried to strip everything. Just watch it again. It's worth it. We'll watch it together. Let's have some beers and watch Two for the Money.
I'm not going to fucking watch that movie again, okay?
Let's watch it for the podcast. Let's watch it for the Acting Out podcast. It's so worth it. I bet you she hasn't seen it.
It's also not available anywhere.
I have it on DVD. We can hang out and watch it. I got it. I got a copy. I got a physical copy. It's so good. Al
Physical
Pacino.
copy.
They go to a Gamblers Anonymous
I remember
meeting.
the fucking
It's
show.
so good.
Yeah, that was a horrible scene.
Asshole puckers up to the size of a decimal point. All right, well, I'm probably gonna bet on the Bengals $300. And the under?
And the under.
I'm thinking if I get $1,400, I got plans for that money. Right up my nose.
Yeah, right up your nose.
Right up my
Maybe
nose.
some E.
Well, I'll tell you what. If I lose this bet, I'll certainly be trudging next week. Well, not that it's my money. It's all I won it, so it's like,
Whatever. I
Yeah.
don't fucking know anymore. I was looking for this, and it's in here.
You're looking for your bottle opener?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Great. I think that covers it.
Yeah, that does.
Oh, you know what what I will say though, this really had me trudging for a good long time. Still kind of. I was flying home from Edmonton, and you haven't flown in a long time, right?
I haven't flown since before the pandemic.
Here's the thing that pisses me off is that, like the liquid rules where you can have under 100 mils per bottle, but you have to put it in a plastic bag?
Yeah, that's so you don't blow up your shoes, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, so Vancouver Airport and Edmonton Airport work differently, apparently. I don't know why, because I'm pretty sure it should all be the same. So I have everything in a big Ziploc bag when I'm going to Edmonton. No problem. I take it out of my bag, goes through security, put it back in my bag. Not a big deal. I'm leaving Edmonton to go to Vancouver, though. I pull out the Ziploc bag, and the security guy's like, well, hang on a sec. This is too much. I was like, what? He goes, yeah, no, is this for both of you? And he points at my wife as well. I was like, yeah. He goes, I need this all separated. 2 different bags. Here are the bags. Take it out of there. I was like, this is fine in Vancouver. I was like, yeah, no, this is what you got to do. I was like, okay. So I start separating the stuff into different bags. He's like, do you have any iPads? I'm like, yeah, I have an iPad. It's got a keyboard on it. He's like, that needs to be separate. That's a laptop computer now. And I was like, it's a magnetic keyboard. You can take it apart. So I put my iPad in one. I've got a liquids thing he wants in one bin. I've got another liquids thing he wants in another bin. He wants my shoes off because they go above my ankles, which that never happened before, at least to me.
Wait, you shrinking?
No, I hadn't been drinking. Well, I had a few beers in the afternoon.
No, I said shrinking.
Oh.
With your ankles, shoes?
Oh, they're Blundstones. So they go above my ankles.
Oh, I don't have those.
Okay. So I've got like 5 or 6 bins now. My iPad's in its own bin. Liquids are in one bin. Liquids are in another bin. My shoes are in one bin. My belt, my fucking phone are in another bin. My bag, it was a nightmare. I have probably, honestly, 7 bins to myself. So now I'm a little rattled. I go through security. My wife's gone through already, but she's gone now. Now that they've flagged her stuff to check. So I'm trying to get all my shit as all these bins are coming. It's like a fucking superstore when all your groceries are coming down and you're trying to bag them quick enough. My point is I left my iPad at the fucking airport in the security bin.
Oh, you did? So they have it still?
Yeah. So I get on the flight. I'm like 20 minutes into my flight. I finished the movie I started on the way there. Which
How many drinks do you have in your flight?
Venom. I didn't have a single fucking drop because I had to pay for it all.
Oh.
I'm not paying for drinks on my flight. It's a fucking hour-long flight. So, I finished Venom, Let There Be Carnage.
I haven't seen it yet.
Don't. Horrendous. Then I go, you know what? I have a few episodes behind The Mandalorian. I downloaded my iPad. Why don't I pull that out and I watch The Mandalorian for the rest of this flight? Or Book of Boba Fett.
I haven't seen it.
Just got really interesting. I'm all caught up now. Anyways, I go to pull out my iPad. It's not in my backpack. I was like, I immediately feel like my heart drop. I go like, what? Okay, I left it at my brother's then. And I'm like, no, when's the last time I had it? And I immediately in my brain, I see myself putting it in the fucking bin. And I go, I fucking left it at security in the Edmonton airport.
Are they going to send it to you?
Well, so then I'm like, how do I contact them? I was like, you know what? Okay, I can buy Wi-Fi on this flight. I can then email them right away. They can fly. This was like an hour ago.
The guy that told you to separate liquids is taking his shit right now. He's watching fucking
He's watching
Family
porn
Guy.
on my iPad.
Yeah.
So I go to access the Wi-Fi on my flight to pay for it. We're sorry, Wi-Fi is not available on this flight. Brand new Boeing 7, giant touch screens. You don't offer me to pay you for Wi-Fi? So now I'm just sitting in my seat, seething. Nothing I can do. They're coming along and they're passing out beverages. And she goes, oh, can I get something? I was like, yeah, can I get a water? She passed me water. I was like, oh, by the way, I'm an idiot. I left my iPad at the airport. Best thing to do would probably call them when I get land. She's like, yeah, just call them when you land. That's always really tough when we forget something that we really need, isn't it? And then keeps going along with the trolley. And I was like, yeah, I didn't need you to editorialize.
What a bitch.
My panic here. So we land. The second wheels touch down. I take my phone off airplane mode. It connects. It's 6:03. I go to the Edmonton Airport website. I look. The fucking Lost and Found closes at 5 p.m., which is 6 p.m. our time. I'm 3 minutes late. So now I'm like, my iPad's gone. I'm fucking beside myself. I call my brother. I'm like, hey, I left my fucking iPad at the airport. I'm so pissed off. God bless this guy, okay? My brother, who is a pilot for Air Canada, calls Air Canada operations, and they send someone to security. They get my iPad.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
So the guy didn't take it home to watch gay porn.
I think he was going to. I think he was waiting. I think he was like, because he's probably like, okay, this iPad's been here for about an hour. We haven't heard anything.
Yeah.
But he's waiting, right? He's like, if my shift's over and this iPad's still here, that's it. Just cock. Just hours of cock. This is my new cock machine. Because you can buy fleshlights that attach to iPads.
I don't want to hear about it. Let's it's over.
Anyways,
I gotta go to bed now.
I was really trudging for a good 45 minutes because I was trapped with the knowledge of knowing that I was an idiot. Because I don't do that either. Like I'm usually very meticulous, and it was just Anyways, my iPad's still there. So hopefully this Air Canada operations person wasn't looking for a new mobile fuck device. Otherwise, my iPad's
a new cum screen.
You can wash it though. You can wash iPads.
I guess so.
All right.
Disinfect it.
Yeah, I'll disinfect it. All right.
The stuff that they pour on you when they do surgery, that like brown liquid.
Oh yeah. Probably not going to use that.
Pour that all over it.
All right, guys. Well, that's it. Yeah, let's call it. I'm excited to bet. Hopefully, my bet. If I'm here, if next week's episode I've bet on like 18 different things and I'm wearing a trench coat, you know how my initial bet went.
Yeah, his life's over.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there could be worse things.
Yeah.
Thanks for listening. We love you guys. I'll see you next week.
Nice.
Keep trudging.
Wipe it up. Wipe it back, front to back.
Okay. Yeah.
Front to back. Always wipe front to back.
There it is.
Or else it's a mess.
Okay. Bye-bye.